Just get out of here.
Why?
I said, just get out of here.
If you continue to irritate me, I'll
fucking ban your social club account and just make free aim assisted instead.
your call.
Oh, I didn't mean nothing.
Never been so demeaned in my life. Apology accepted.
So, for those of you who are not aware, the beta for Red Dead Online has been released, and so far it's going pretty well, I guess you could say. You could ride in a posse with your friends, you can hog-tie people, you can execute bitches, the whole nine. The current game modes are actually quite fun for the most part, besides the fact that it's completely fast-paced unlike its modern-day counterpart, which I actually like, but a couple other people do have a problem with it, which is kinda understandable since it can be quite horrific when on the front lines. But if you happen to have seen the thumbnail, you can already suspect what the main situation is and why I decided to make a bit of a fuss about it. Just note that I am aware that the online aspect for Red Dead Redemption 2 is currently in the beta stage. This means that most fundamentals, mechanics, and elements of the game are bound to change at any moment, and I'm pretty sure Rockstar is hoping to get some feedback from the player base on what can stay and what needs to hit the front door and never return until further notice. Which is never. We have to remember that when GTA Online hit the multiplayer streets, it was a goddamn disaster if I can be real with you guys. Servers were screwed up, everyone tried to get in at the same time, resulting in a huge traffic jam, and it was unplayable for most people for some time at the moment. I assume that the developers tested it out beforehand so they could try to get all the kinks worked out, but regardless, the whole thing was an utter mess, and it did take some time before everything was set back to normal for the most part. This is why most of us, for the most part, are actually relieved that they took the necessary precautions this time around and decided to make a schedule to release the beta for certain groups so that they won't relive their horrific past. And most of us, however, are already complaining that this is a dumb and stupid move on their part, but let's be completely honest with each other. Would you rather have the same thing happen to this game, or would you rather wait your turn and not get screwed over because of the servers this time? And with that crap put to bed, we can go ahead and talk about the current situation that most of you are here for, which is the mixture of free aim players and auto aim players, i.e. the worst fucking mistake in the history of gaming kind. Deadass. For those of you who play strictly on free aim in GTA Online, I salute you. You had to deal with numerous amounts of bullshit that came across your way. This consisted of jets, armored trucks, explosive tryhard assholes, fan service bullshit that no one actually needed, and yet amongst all of that bullshit, you still managed to come out on top despite the pain you had to endure. From my understanding, free aim players have to use both their skills and wits to outplay opponents, while us auto aim users have it a bit more easy since we have an operated system doing the work for us, so to speak. We may have developed techniques over time, but really, it's all the same. And now here it is in Red Dead Online, free aim players are forced to actually share lobbies with those, including myself, who will use and abuse said operated system to their advantage. Most of us are probably going to say that this is the definition of working smarter and not harder, but I completely beg to differ on this. As someone who plays in auto aim lobbies on a consistent basis, because why the hell not, even I have to admit that this is really wrong. Like dirty wrong. Like putting cucumbers on a peanut butter sandwich wrong. It's hunting season, and unfortunately, the free aim player base are the main game, and it's because of this that some players are already starting to question whether or not going into public sessions, or PvP matches for that matter, are a good idea since they instantly get one-tapped by bastards, including me, who happen to utilize the same techniques from GTA Online. No lie, you can literally change your aiming settings on the spot from free aim to any of the other 3 aim assisted options. The beta's only been out for a day, and people are already having issues with it. I would talk about the tackling animations and the button mashing contest that most of us had to endure, but that's a different story for a different day.
Shut your fucking mouth!
The whole situation is pretty unfair for the most part. It's like John Marston going against at least 10 officers from the US Federal Army, and we already know how that situation turned out, so yeah. I'm not going to stretch this out any further than what it needs to be, but I do hope that Rockstar in the future does something about this quickly before they lose any more of their player base. Different aiming lobbies is a must-have immediately, otherwise shit's gonna go from 0 to 100 real quick. I understand that this is a beta, but still, this is something that should not have been overlooked to begin with. The first Red Dead Redemption multiplayer had free aim lobbies, GTA Online had free aim lobbies, so why not this one? But other than that, you guys go ahead and enjoy the beta, and I'll just continue drinking some brisk, you know, it's that good. Love you all, and peace.